If you've ever looked around your office and thought this isn't it, consider that your wake up call. I'm going to do a 5-part series where I talk about how I quit my 9 to 5 grind working job career and stepped into entrepreneurship, abundance, working for myself, ultimate freedom. And number one, where you're going to start is recognizing that the matrix, that this old dimension, that the old strategy and system isn't working for you anymore. And there's a part of you, your inner self, your higher self, your future self, that's trying to communicate that to you right now. The grind, the 9 to 5, your career, I don't care how much schooling you went through. I don't care how many degrees you have. If you're hearing the call of your inner voice, there's no going back. You can ignore it all you want. All that's going to do is contribute to your unhappiness and incredulousness at the current situation you find yourself in. So if you're feeling ever more presently like this life isn't working for you and that you're ready to step into your highest timeline, you're ready to build freedom and financial wealth and abundance, set your own schedule, work feels like play, it's full of creation, you're in the right spot. So the very first step on this 5-part series of how to reclaim your freedom, energy, and time, most people are conditioned to trade time for money, and they call that stability. Recognize that that's an illusion. Recognize that that's distortion. Recognize that you've been trained to reject creativity and risk-taking. The matrix was set up to keep you in loops of predictability, habit. The matrix that you're in has you believing that if you just grind for 360 days out of the year, then you can go take that 7-day-a-week vacation. I realize this is girl math. I'm an English major, not a math teacher. But it's convinced you to work towards these benchmarks, holidays, spring break, Labor Day, so that you continuously grind and feed into the machine, knowing that there's respite up ahead, that there's actually space in your life to create and do the things you actually want to do. So you trade your entire life basically for these small little moments of rest. It should be the absolute opposite. You should be playing and creating most of the time, and then having moments where it's grinding and it feels like work and it's hard, but most of the time it's creation, it's play, it's joy. So they've twisted it and distorted it. So you're working your ass off to take one day off and go have brunch with your mom, when in reality, you need to be working that one day, grinding that one day, and all the rest of the days having the freedom to go to brunch with whomever you want and do whatever you want. That is actually how it's supposed to be. Also, the matrix is keeping you so busy and exhausted and goal-oriented to the next little minuscule benchmark that you're not even realizing how unfulfilled you are, how bored you are, and how joyless you are, because they're giving you these little benchmarks of promotion or degrees or experiences or internships so that you keep on grinding, you keep on feeding into the matrix and the system, not recognizing that overall the forest through the trees is that you're unhappy, you're unfulfilled. So this first step is not going to be a fun one, because you're going to have to get real with yourself. This is called awakening. This is called getting out of, snapping out of the sleepwalking that the matrix has set you in and that you've been in for decades. I want you to sit down in this first step of awakening and audit your life. I want you to write about all the ways that you feel underutilized, underinspired, uncreative, all the ways that you feel like your potential is lacking and that it is not being recognized. This isn't going to feel good. It's going to feel like a Debbie Downer, but I promise you the next few steps we're going to do are going to feel more leveled up, more joyful, more hopeful. Okay, this one step is where you got to get really real, because we are going to wake up from the sleepwalking of the matrix that you've been in and generations before you have been in, that have got you stuck and got you where we are today. Follow along for more if you're interested in engaging in and committing to this 5-step process. But the first one is, I want you to sit down and I want you to do a full self-audit of where your potential is being missed and where it is being underutilized. And drop in the comments below your biggest takeaway from this audit so that you can clarify it in your own brain, in your own soul and mind, and you can commit to yourself and with accountability from everyone of this journey that we're going to take, these 5 steps that we're going to take to break out of the matrix, break out of this underutilization of our potential and step into our highest timeline of freedom, creativity, and self-actualization and abundance.